This information is for educational and public service announcement purposes only. This has absolutely zero malicious intent or malice and is provided as is with the latest facts and evidence we have at the time of release of this video content. This may not be used to harass or defame, etc. We only hope that the public consumer looking for truthful information to make an informed purchasing decision in their trading education has accurate details to assess their personal choice when choosing to participate in various related programs.
In a world where financial success is a beacon of hope, one man emerged from the shadows, promising a path to untold riches. But behind the facade of the inner circle trader lay a web of lies, deceit, and manipulation. Michael J Huddleston, born into a troubled family, sought solace in the world of finance. But as his ambitions grew, so did his inclination to deceive. Huddleston falsely claimed to be a masterful coder, boasting that he had unraveled the secrets of the markets themselves. But in truth, his coding skills were far from the genius he portrayed. After being exposed as a fraud and reported to the Securities and Exchange Commission, Michael J Huddleston hastily deleted all traces of his deceptive activities. His attempt to evade prosecution was a desperate move to escape the consequences of his actions. While claiming to be a highly successful day trader, Huddleston was, in reality, a failed trader who squandered tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars of real money. He preyed upon new and inexperienced traders, using elaborate paper trading tricks to deceive them into believing his prowess.
Did you notice how ICT removed some columns? Did you notice there are only 3 columns here? And those of you guys who went and did your homework assignment, you check to see, well, how many on your trading view out of the box default? This is not the default. So why was ICT hiding columns from view? I'll show you right now.
By carefully curating his paper trades, Huddleston manipulated his followers into believing he possessed the ability to trade live money successfully. His illusion of success was shattered when evidence emerged exposing his fraudulent activities.
He's never even showed you guys what a level 2 is. He doesn't know what a ticker tape is. He doesn't know how the tape works. He doesn't know that order blocks are an actual thing. And he's telling you guys that he invented the order block with a candle.
While consistently boasting about winning the Robbins trading competition, the truth is that Huddleston never even made it onto the leaderboard, let alone claimed victory. In fact, according to Joel Robbins, the owner of the competition, Michael completely blew his accounts with more than 90% losses, despite entering the contest numerous years in a row. His claims were empty words, a ploy to maintain the illusion of success. Several ICT followers we've interviewed initially believed that Michael lacked any public track records. However, subsequent inquiries have unearthed numerous instances of substantial losses in his trading accounts, including the public blowout blunders he had while engaging on the now infamous Baby Pips threads. ICT blew out massively and always had an inconvenient excuse, none of which any rational human would believe. These losses have been so significant that Michael has never managed to recover or even break even, let alone achieve the millions in profits he claims. In fact, the reality is quite the opposite. He has lost more money than the majority of traders could ever imagine. It is possible that this is the reason why ICT continues to engage in a continuous, desperate charade of selling dreams to inexperienced traders. When your purposefully complex and renamed sham concepts lack a genuine trading advantage, defrauding a large number of traders seems to be the only way ICT could compensate for such enormous losses. In the enigmatic world of ICT, a captivating tale unfolds. A story rooted in his claimed America Online fame and the alleged revelation of hidden trading secrets. However, a closer look at the 1990s America Online chat room specifications reveals a surprising limitation. Only 23 participants were allowed. Casting doubts on his purported following, ICT resorted to desperate measures to keep his mentorship audience hooked. ICT wove intricate hoax stories featuring enigmatic figures named Tobias and Parson. He insisted they were drawn to his AOL popularity, leading to a secretive meeting at a mall food court. During this rendezvous, they allegedly shared profound trading secrets with ICT, binding him to utmost secrecy. These secrets, he claimed, propelled him to extraordinary trading success, enticing his mentorship members to pay monthly in anticipation of their eventual revelation. To maintain their attention, ICT concocted elaborate tales, including being clandestinely whisked away in a windowless van to a secret location. There, surrounded by a circle of men, he purportedly learned Fibonacci secrets, requiring him to use the sequence numbers to unlock doors and find his way back home. These fraudulent stories were aimed at fostering a belief in ICT's supernatural abilities and justifying continued payments. The truth, however, exposes ICT as a master manipulator and fraud, weaving a web of deception to exploit his students' loyalty. His grand illusions crumbled, revealing the sordid tactics of a con man.
How did he pull it off?
But Huddleston's deception didn't end there. He followed in the footsteps of his criminal father, resorting to sock puppet accounts and soliciting his closest followers to issue death threats against those who exposed his fraud. Fearful of his manipulation and intimidation, many traders remained silent for years. But one man, Vincent Alexander, also known as Vinny Amini, dared to challenge the inner circle trader. And in doing so, he would become the catalyst for the unraveling of Huddleston's web of lies. Vincent Alexander, a quant trader with numerous trading victories, exposed the inner circle trader completely. In response, Huddleston resorted to his usual routine, finding excuses to back out of competition and orchestrating attacks against Vincent and his family.
I'm gonna wring your fucking daughter's neck, and I want you to sit there and watch it.
For years, traders on social media were silenced by Huddleston's intimidation tactics. But Vincent Alexander's courage would finally break the chains of fear that bound the trading community. With his fraud exposed and authorities closing in, Huddleston shifted gears. He abandoned his paid mentorship course and relied on YouTube to maintain his income, using the same dual laptop and dual account paper trading tricks to convince new traders of his success. But Huddleston's next move was even more audacious. He planned a grand payout by converting his following into purchasing 4 books, capitalizing on the belief that he was the trading success he claimed to be. Tonight, we expose the true nature of the inner circle trader Michael J Huddleston. Join us as we uncover the lies, manipulation, and deception that have deceived thousands and shattered the trust of an entire community. As humans, we all succumb to the occasional act of deceit.
Later, he will be able to study the responses to each question he asked.
Were you born in the month of May?
Yes.
It's an unfortunate facet of our nature, so prevalent that researchers argue our unique capacity for dishonesty distinguishes us from the rest of the animal kingdom. An occasional deviation from the truth may not raise concern, but a pattern of deception certainly merits scrutiny. One such intriguing figure shrouded in dishonesty is Michael J Huddleston, more widely recognized as the inner circle trader. While he expertly analyzes past trends on trading charts, his proficiency in predicting future market movements raises all kinds of questions. His lack of documented live trading success and reliance on pre-recorded sessions cast a shadow of doubt over his alleged expertise. So, let's delve deeper. Who is the real man behind the persona of the inner circle trader? Perhaps a comparison to the enchanting Harry Houdini would be fitting. Just as Houdini spellbound audiences with his daring escapes, Michael has been accused of weaving an intricate web of half-truths to captivate his followers. Are you ready to sift through the smoke and mirrors?
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
From an early age, Michael demonstrated an inclination for quick money, a theme that appears to have permeated his life's journey. He spun an elaborate narrative, a compelling blend of fiction and falsehoods to establish his persona. In an antiquated Telegram channel, allegedly managed by Michael, he discloses a myriad of details, many of which contradict his prior claims or seem to stem from a rich imagination. From divine intervention bestowing him trading wisdom to an adventurous ride with 2 men named Tobias and Parson in a windowless van, These extravagant tales paint a picture of a man determined to be perceived as exceptional. Interestingly, the names Tobias and Parson are characters in a 2008 book titled The Keeper of Secrets by Judith Cutler. Coincidence or contrivance? Delving further into Michael's backstory, he describes meeting two men in a mall in 1994. These men were reportedly drawn to his trading acumen and decided to reveal to him the coveted secrets of the trade, secrets Michael refers to as Enigma. These alleged secrets, however, are ones he swore never to disclose, asserting that he has been threatened for the past 25 years to maintain their secrecy. To further embellish his story, Michael claims he was driven on the van to undisclosed offices. Entry into these offices required a specific code, which he insists is concealed in his logo. Just another elaborately constructed facade.
Can you smell that? What is that? Sheep, is it? It's cows? No, I know what it is. It's bullshit.
In a recent online post, Michael intriguingly suggests a similarity between his logo and the cover of a certain book. He then proceeds to state that his original logo harbors a sequence he dubs as Enigma. A fascinating tale indeed, but one that unravels under scamming. Michael began utilizing his old and new logos circa 2011. Interestingly, 2 years prior, Micah Edge, an educator with a fondness for art and numbers, published an exploration of the Fibonacci numbers and their unique association with symmetry. His research divulged a correlation between Fibonacci numbers and circular patterns that intertwined through motion and rotation. Consequently, it becomes evident that Michael's logo is neither a self-conceived innovation nor a secret harbinger of his elusive algorithm.
Actually, I feel stupid telling you this. I'm sure you would have investigated the matter yourself.
Shifting gears, let's scrutinize a lengthy exposition Michael posted regarding the genesis of the term smart money. His commentary is peppered with veiled accusations, implying that fraudulent teachers dissect the left side of trading charts, while misleadingly labeling it as smart money. Psychology introduces a concept called projection that might explain such behavior. It's a defense mechanism where individuals unconsciously ascribe their own unacceptable tendencies or thoughts to others. Michael's accusation appears to reflect his own proclivity for dishonesty, with charges of deceit forming a smokescreen for his duplicity. It's worth noting that projection can also indicate certain mental health conditions, such as borderline or narcissistic personality disorders. As the narrative shifts, we take a close look at an interview Michael had with Corbs. This was far from a conventional interview. The interviewer's inquiries were noticeably skewed, and the interview itself was recorded in voice alone, followed by subsequent editing. Throughout the session, while Michael seemingly engaged the camera, the host often looked askew, devoid of a visual anchor. Such a format, wherein only one participant has a visual reference, is unusual. Curiously, this pattern repeats in Michael's interviews with some of his followers. Observing these interviews closely, it appears that the interviewees often fail to maintain eye contact with Michael, perhaps because they lack a visual anchor, leading their gaze to stray. Could this be a calculated move on Michael's part to veil his true identity from the interviewees and evade the risk of being unmasked? Collating all available images, those shared by Michael and those unearthed by private investigators commissioned by Vinny and Minnie, reveals several discrepancies in Michael's presented and actual appearances. Something seems amiss. Given the gathered evidence, Michael's physical portrayal on social media starkly contrasts with his actual appearance. Intriguingly, he only began public self-revelations after image filters became a popular feature on various apps. It's clear that Michael's primary concern lies in managing the image he projects. So much so that he's undergone cosmetic alterations, including jaw and hair implants and surgeries on his nose and eyes. What a desperate attempt to mirror the persona he's crafted. In an illusory conversation, Michael traces the roots of his alias to a 1999 lecture delivered by Larry Williams, titled The Inner Circle Workshop.
The Inner Circle Workshop.
Let's be serious. What are the chances that he was whisked away in a van to a clandestine meeting where the holy grail of trading was unveiled to him? The answer? 0. Could it be that, while traversing his journey through the world of trading, he stumbled upon Andrew Goodwin's 1997 literary work, Trading Secrets of the Inner Circle, and derived his moniker from it? Michael possesses such remarkable skills in deceiving others that...
I'll tell you something. If I couldn't trade, I would be in sales. Because I could sell you a rock.
Food for thought, wouldn't you agree? A twist of fate, or so he claims, saw his laptop breathe its last the day before he was supposedly served legal papers by the CFTC.
Fate would have it, my laptop actually died the day before. So I had nothing to provide for them.
Quite the timely misfortune, isn't it? Let's analyse this claim. The mid-90s witnessed a nascent surge of laptop proliferation, making it unlikely for Michael to have owned one. The steep prices, when adjusted for inflation, render those devices a luxury for a young man labouring at a Domino's Pizza and dwelling in a rented space within his uncle's residence. Furthermore, investigations indicate that Michael J Huddleston has no recorded litigations with the CFTC. This evidence conflicts with his declarations, given the Commission's standard practice of not resorting to intimidations for compelling individuals to shutter their accounts or forum threads. Traders hold the right to share their experiences and perspectives freely across online platforms without apprehensions of being censored or menaced by regulatory bodies like the CFTC. Any contrary actions would infringe upon the liberty of speech and dissemination of information. Numerous traders put their own capital at stake in the trading arena, exposing themselves to the ups and downs of the market rather than seeking refuge behind simulated demo accounts. After all, disclaimers serve as the protective shield for individuals and their ventures, don't they? I am the scammer. Michael is a seasoned spinner of yarns, shaping narratives to align with his motives with precision. His recurring assertion that his trading methodology dismisses the concepts of support and resistance, proposing a chart analysis devoid of any indicators, is intriguing. However, in 2014, 2 years before launching his first paid mentorship, he made an interesting statement in his What Every New and/or Aspiring Forex Trader Wants to Know series. He advocated that
There's no better way of gauging the measure of supply and demand, no better than the use of support resistance.
there is no superior method for evaluating the dynamics of supply and demand than by employing support and resistance. In the same series, he demonstrates the usage of indicators, more specifically, the exponential moving average. A shift in focus takes us back to the previous post on the Telegram channel. Here, Michael claims to personify smart money, attributing it to his exposure to central banks' protocols. He claims this exposure grants him an unparalleled perspective. Yet again, he spins a tale rooted in the year 1994, a time when trading was conducted telephonically. Repeatedly, he claims to be the mastermind behind the algorithm driving the price, truly embodying the adage, if you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes accepted as truth.
Algorithmic theory is based on time and price. Now, time and price, when I wrote this algorithm, coding it.
But the real truth is that Michael never coded a single line of code. An algorithm in the realm of finance comprises a series of instructions designed to solve a problem or achieve an objective. They are crucial in developing automated and high-frequency trading systems and in pricing complex financial instruments. As early as 2010, avant-garde algorithmic technology was being harnessed for superior market results. Those who insist that the market rules of 2023 remain identical to those from 3 decades ago are either misguided or have been duped. Do you still believe Michael has any edge by trading from a TradingView naked chart? As time rolled on, Michael decided to put forth more than just his voice. In 2021, he took to Twitter, promising to reveal his trade station the following year and offering his followers a chance to witness his live trades. Regrettably, as a mentor, his presentation seems to falter at every turn. For instance, given his alleged vision impairment, wouldn't it be logical for him to adopt a dark mode for his charts? Ideally, his multi-screen setup should be positioned directly in front of him, maintaining a minimal gap. A 4-screen display affixed to an unsecured monitor stand would inevitably wobble at the slightest touch. With the computer located in the center of the desk, does he adopt a wide-legged stance during trading sessions? In all honesty, it would be better for him to continue trading from his smartphone. In 2023, Michael took another deceptive step, commencing live broadcasts on his YouTube channel. Here, he devoted entire sessions to what he fondly calls tape reading.
I will begin my live streaming on my YouTube channel. So if you have an interest in watching me outline and call and tape read by studying real-time price action, but I know there's some of you that will want to use this as a future reference, and I'll try to do my best to make sure there's certain mile markers in the live streams. Don't hold me to it, because obviously my focus is primarily on reading the tape.
Attempting to read tape on a bare chart equates to forecasting next week's weather by simply observing the cloud formations from your porch. Contemporary tape reading entails an electronic analysis of not just the size of entries, but also the rapid sequence of order entries. For this reason, contemporary trading strategies now deploy a time and sales window. It remains the only reliable way to discern the size and speed of orders. This begs the question, how does Michael decipher size and speed just by glancing at a mere chart? The answer to this question is quite straightforward. He can't. The sole conceivable reason for conducting these live sessions and highlighting innumerable price points that the market will eventually reach is to mislead his viewers. He creates an illusion of imparting valuable insights, when in reality it's a ruse to distract from his inconsistent live trading habits. Except for recent followers, Michael's propensity for constantly erasing his past to avoid compromising his new follower acquisition is widely known, despite his claims of having only 2 Twitter accounts and feigning forgetfulness. In a phone call with Ty, Michael claims he had only 2 Twitter accounts.
So about this Twitter account, so could you tell me about the time that you had this Twitter account?
Well, I had 2 that I can think of.
You had two Twitter accounts.
They're being controlled and used by other people. They already assumed the handle. But if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this one, but you'll know by what I'm saying, that I can't recall off the top of my head what they were. I think it was M Huddleston or M Huddleston, M underscore.
No, you remember it, bro.
No, don't listen, man. I'm trying to tell you. And then I had I am ICT. They're the only ones that I remember having.
It's been validated that he operated not just 2 or 3, but a minimum of 4 accounts. Michael's past Twitter presence is easily traceable, and it reveals more than just his current account. ICT Baby Pips, active during his tenure at Baby Pips. ICT Mentorship, used for his 2016 Mentorship Twitter feed. ICT M Huddleston, in use from 2014 to 2017. A new handle emerged in April 2022, I am the ICT. The ICT Baby Pips account was completely scrubbed, and as expected, the content of the ICT M Huddleston account was also removed following a contentious tweet. In it, Michael attempted to validate a withdrawal of nearly $3.5 million US. Those familiar with MetaTrader 4 understand that a withdrawal reflects a minus sign next to the withdrawn account. This minor detail escaped Michael's attention, and accusations of falsifying MetaTrader 4 data followed. His defense was to chalk it up to a trolling stunt, yet the perceived humor was lost on many who instead saw credibility, which only served to expand his follower base. The devil, indeed, is in the details. In the following footage, it's revealed how straightforward it is to fabricate MetaTrader 4 results by manipulating the software's back end and essentially acting as your own broker. Trader Nick has even broached the subject.
Any and every aspect of this platform can be completely faked, and that's because you get back-end access. You can create your own servers, you can do all this sort of stuff, and they exist everywhere. So there's so much fraud that's going on because people are using this as a way to false advertise. If I could show you, look, I made 20 grand today, and it was just fake, it would be an excellent way to collect leads, sell courses, sell signals, all that sort of stuff. And who's gonna deny that? That's the truth. It's just, to me, it's immoral, and I think you guys deserve to know.
In 2019, Michael pushed the limits further by presenting a purported deposit of $5,000 US, which he claimed had yielded almost $5.8 million US in just 3 months, via the use of a leased server on MetaTrader 4.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
On being confronted by Tom Dante about these suspicious outcomes, Michael's defense was to say that he was trading on his sister's account, and that the $5.8 million US was a wedding gift. This raises 2 key points. Firstly, it's unlawful to trade on someone else's account. And secondly, private investigators hired by Vinny and Minnie discovered that Michael's sister resides in a rather humble house, which seems inconsistent with the generosity of a multi-million-dollar gift. In 2013, Michael debuted on FX Gears, claiming himself as a seasoned trader. He utilized this platform to promote his website, advocating his passion for mentoring emerging traders. During this period, he emphatically declared he had no intention to sell anything or solicit any donations. Fast forward to his latest Twitter account, I Am the ICT, where his pinned tweet claims his authorship and creation of smart money concepts and his role as the engineer of IPDA. He reaffirms, even after conducting 6 paid private mentorships, that he has no plans to sell anything, including signals or teachings. What a crook. Perhaps the ongoing revenue from YouTube ads and prospective book sales is sufficient. Michael's latest tactic involves a veritable Twitter frenzy. Posting nearly 350 times a week, which averages out to about 50 times a day. Is it plausible to believe that this constant barrage of information is for your benefit, or does it serve to bewilder? It's undoubtedly a strategy to confuse his followers. Because when you're overwhelmed by a subject, the tendency is to stick with it until clarity emerges. And that's his game plan.
Oversharing, that's not honesty. Our manic tweeting and texting can blind us to the fact.
Wouldn't you prefer a mentor with whom you can engage in comprehensible dialogue, rather than one who remains distant and elusive? Let's consider this. In our school days, wasn't it customary to raise a hand to pose a question to the teacher? Now, visualize a classroom scenario where you're perpetually barred from raising your hand to ask a question. Absurd, isn't it? Fool's gold. Whenever questioned about his alleged proficiency in trading, Michael's deceitful retort is,
And it just so happens that my strike rate generally is around 90%.
Is it 90% or is it higher generally?
In my personal trading, it's 96%, but recently I did 8 weeks of trading every single day and doing a lot of trades because I was doing something competitive, and I had a 93% strike rate.
Michael has ventured numerous times to showcase his trading prowess, yet these attempts inevitably ended in failure. Back in 2013, his initial ambitious endeavor on baby pips to accumulate $1 million resulted in disaster. Within a mere 1.5 months, his account had plummeted by nearly $1,800. He offered an apology, claiming it as a cautionary tale for traders who dabble with actual money before honing their requisite skills. Yes, another lie indeed. Around this time, he faced accusations from fellow Baby Pips members who asserted that he had severed his account from MyFX book and obscured some tabs to infuse additional money into the account. This infusion provided him with the necessary leverage to restore the profit margin back to 0%. In 2015, right before launching his first paid mentorship, Michael revisited Baby Pips, making the same promise of turning $5,000 into $1 million. The account was linked to MyFX book, but within 5 months it had suffered a staggering 90% loss. And once again, it was terminated. Michael frequently toggles between TradingView and other broker platforms, some of which are seldom employed outside the US, where the majority of his followers reside. This tactic enables him to utilize unfamiliar broker dashboards, thereby obscuring information he wishes to withhold from his followers. In one such instance, he succeeds in using an unfamiliar broker dashboard, obscuring details and simultaneously leading his followers astray by using the misnomer full features instead of its actual designation E-mini. In this case, Michael utilized a Think-or-Swim account with minimized tabs. He furnished only 3 months of statements for his broker, which are no longer available, where he had a profitability percentage of a mere 0.54 and a profit factor of just 1.05. A far cry from the 96% strike rate he claimed. It would be better to flip a coin to decide longs and shorts than endure his prolonged, empty, and tedious rants. Doesn't it seem odd that a supposed multi-millionaire feels compelled to validate himself daily on YouTube and Twitter?
You smell that? What is that?
What?
What's that smell? The cologne? No.
Opportunity.
No. Money.
Sock puppeting.
Why did you leave Baby Pips?
What the?
Get to the point, bro. Let's go.
One of the people, one of the moderators.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember who it is, but she sent me a notice
Mhm.
saying that my ISP has been associated with another, and I don't remember the actual screen she cited, but it was supposedly someone else, or supposedly she's saying it was me, and I was sock puppeting.
You were sock puppeting. So can you explain what sock puppeting is for us, please?
A sock puppet is an online alias adopted for deceptive purposes. The term originates from the phenomenon of an individual within an online community engaging in dialogue as if they are a different person.
Okay, so they accuse you of basically opening up multiple accounts and commenting on different posts and speaking in third person.
It was one account.
It was one account. Okay, let's go. Keep going. Keep talking.
I asked them to take a look at it, and they said, while it's possible that someone else could have spoofed my ISP.
The hacked ISP's narrative wasn't confined to the Baby Pips era. In one of his private membership classes, when a trade went awry, he reverted to the same excuse, albeit with added theatrics.
But he'd had a trade, I think it was on something like Aussie CAD or something, and it was a massive loser, and it had blown up the account, or nearly blown up the account. And we were on this live call, and the live call had finished, but he kept it open, and then he pretended he got onto a phone call, and so I carried on listening. I thought, this is a bit weird, and he got into a phone call with his friend, and he says, it's happened again. And his friend said, what? And he says, someone's taken over my computer, and they've opened a trade on Aussie CAD, and it wasn't me.
No freaking way.
What are the odds of his computer being hacked twice and trades being executed in his name? You already know the answer.
I think you know.
Sock puppeting is a staple strategy in Michael's playbook. He never shies away from adopting a fictitious persona. In this instance, as evident from the conversation between Michael, masquerading as Mitchell Brooks, and Vinny Amini, he claimed to possess over $760 million US. Here, he employed a sock puppet account to convince his followers to place a hefty $5,000 US value on his future mentorship in 2016. This marketing strategy is known as anchoring. Anchoring entails setting a higher initial price or value for a product or service, serving as a reference point for subsequent negotiations.
That the iPad pricing starts not at $9.99, but at just $499.
The seller then presents a lower price, which, although possibly still exceeding the actual value, appears attractive in contrast to the initial anchor price. This creates the perception of a great deal, making the buyer more inclined to accept the lower price. In another intriguing instance, a user going by David Lee 7, also known as David Huddleston, whose closing remarks strikingly mirrors Michael Huddleston's signature, good luck and good trading, fervently expresses his hope that ICT remains in the forum long enough to divulge the secret to his considerable financial success. Given his well-known practice of sock puppeting on various platforms, including Baby Pips, FX Gears, YouTube, Twitter, and Telegram, and even in personal messages, it becomes clear that Michael had also employed sock puppeting within his own mentorship private forum.
My God, Mike.
Proof of cars and houses versus proof of trades. The story shifts to 2020, when, amidst an online altercation with Sean Lee, an alleged trader and the proprietor of the trading firm AstroFX, which was later suspended due to a cautionary advisory from the Financial Conduct Authority in the UK, Michael was repeatedly labelled as a Forex fraud. In response, Michael staunchly affirmed he would never imitate Sean's flashy display of wealth, such as car collections. However, during a live streaming session, Vinny Amini audaciously challenged the ownership of the cars displayed in one of Michael's pictures on YouTube Community tab. This prompted Michael to reveal personal information he'd hitherto kept private, showcasing his automobiles much like Sean Lee did. In a video that has since been removed from the internet, Michael guided viewers around the exterior of his former residence, flaunting an array of cars he purportedly owned.
That's her backside. I don't care if y'all see my tags. There's the Supra 2021 GR. This is the one everybody wants to see here. This is the 2021 Corvette. The performance package on it. And there's my house. Look at that. Ooh, he's too scared to show his house. That's my wife's car. You've seen that from the douchebag down in Texas. Hope you enjoyed our drive to Krispy Kreme. And here is my grocery getter. So, there you go. That's half your worth of your house, just in my cars. Take a stroll around here. Here we go. Watch this one. Alrighty. What's that say right there? That looks like an address with my name on it. Oh my goodness. And it looks like it says, yep, it's a Chevy.
Let's uncover the truth behind his claimed assets. Upon viewing the video, it is clear that apart from a yellow Toyota Supra, Michael implied that he owned the remaining 4 cars outright. However, a recent exploration of vehicle registrations under Michael's name, courtesy of the Maryland Department of Transportation, discloses another attempt at deceit. At the time of inquiry, there were 9 vehicles registered under Michael's name. Contrary to what he suggested, the 2 white Corvettes, touted as purchased with trading profits, were actually leased from a Maryland-based leasing company, A-Car Leasing of Maryland. In addition to these Corvettes, Michael had 6 more leased vehicles and just 1 owned car, totaling 9 vehicles. 9. 843 2022 Toyota, leased. 878 2022 Toyota, co-signed lease with his son Caleb. 961 2022 Toyota, leased. 695 2022 Ford, leased. 355 2022 Ram, leased. 564 2022 Jeep, leased. 404 2022 Jeep, owned. Interestingly, all of the cars are of recent make, with the yellow Supra and other Toyotas conspicuously missing from the list. From private sources, it appears that Michael doesn't just peddle dubious trading advice, but he also moonlights as a car salesman.
Our consumer investigator Randy Mack has tips now on how you can save or even make money off your leased car.
Hello, Honda dealership. What's the buyout price on my leased Civic? Your lease ends in 8 months, so at $250 per month, that'd be $2,000 in buyout fees. And what's the residual value? That's the amount you can buy the car for at the end of the lease. We said you could buy this thing for, wow, only $14,000? Since the value of my Civic in today's crazy auto market is $20K, I'll buy out my lease and car for $16K and sell it for a $4,000 profit.
Did you observe that Michael uses protective plastic coverings on the car mats, an industry standard for car dealerships, to preserve their newness and optimize resale value? The used car market in the United States is a vast and burgeoning industry, driven by various factors, including the escalating prices of new cars due to the persistent chip shortage, an overall shift towards sustainability and waste reduction. Michael seems to be capitalizing on this growth, transforming his driveway into a car dealership. Still unconvinced that Michael may not be as he portrays himself?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Situated in the neighborhood of Bel Air, Maryland, stands a house purchased in 2018 for $630,000 US, financed by a $200,000 mortgage. Yet this is not his inaugural property acquisition. Public records reveal that Michael became a first-time homeowner only in 2013, a mere 3 years before launching his first paid mentorship program. This Baltimore home, priced at $134,900, required him to secure a mortgage of $132,456. Thus, it's inferred that before 2013, Michael resided in a rental property on the fringes of Baltimore. Why live in a place like that when he claimed that in 2015 to have raked in $20 million in the 90s? And an additional $48,500,000 from trading futures and Forex since 2004? The answer is just one. Everything he claimed about earning millions of dollars is completely fabricated. In September 2017, a year after initiating his first paid mentorship, Michael sold his inaugural home for $110,000 and settled the outstanding mortgage. A year later, in October 2018, after accruing income from 2 mentorships, he managed to acquire the Bel Air residence for $638,000, aided by a $200,000 mortgage. Curiously, there is a year-long gap between the disposal of the Baltimore property and the purchase of the Bel Air one. So, where did he dwell during this period? Currently, Michael's father, his second eldest son, who assists his grandfather, along with 2 other individuals, occupy the property that Michael sold in 2017. The house is being rented for $760 per month. Could it be that Michael utilized the proceeds from the sale and resided in this house with his family for a year until he amassed enough funds from his 2017 mentorship to secure the Bel Air property? Doesn't it strike you as odd that a supposedly affluent individual resorts to mortgages for financing, given their assumed plethora of resources and financial stability?
That is bullshit, he is fucking lying.
Mentorship or mentalship?
I don't want any money from you. I'm not charging any subscription fees or any. I'm not selling you webinars and seminars and books and all that. I'm not doing those things. What I'm doing is I'm exchanging a relationship for a future reward. I get more from that than you could ever do giving me money. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. There's no charging of anything with me. And I don't, again, because I don't need your money.
If there's a for sale sign on the front of ICT's website or a donate button, that's the day I'm full of shit. That's the day that I have never made money in the marketplace. That's the day that I have lied to you all.
Michael consistently professed that he was independently wealthy and didn't need anyone's money. He claimed he was providing instruction purely for the love of teaching.
Bullshit!
Over the years, Michael has cultivated a following on various trading platforms by distributing free material. The approach echoes that of a savvy marketer. Reel in potential customers with a complimentary sample, then when they're hooked and craving more, introduce a charge. But how would he know if people were willing to pay for a service? In this recorded instance, Michael can be clearly heard testing the waters for a potential mentorship program, hinting at a particular price point.
I want to ask you in this presentation, and it's going to be on Twitter too, but I'm not going to do this, so please understand this, okay? But I really want you to think about this. Again, I am not selling you anything. If I were to do a service, and I'm not going to, believe me, I'm not going to.
Believe me, I'm not going to, okay.
And I charged $150 a month, per month, but I sat down with you every single day, and I did this live. How many of you would sign up and pay $150 a month? And I want to see the list of that on Twitter. Do it openly. And you're going to see me openly say, this is how many people that would be there paying me $150 a month, every single month, with me sitting down doing this. And I want them to see that I am not interested.
This strategy helped him evaluate the idea's merit and decide whether there was sufficient interest to proceed with the developing and launching the mentorship program. Recognizing that he had a substantial pool of potential clients, he made a final, enticing promise. He stressed that his mentorship program would be a singular offering, encompassing topics not covered in his free material. Most of Michael's followers, however, argue that if his materials were ineffective, they would have ceased following him long ago, yet many of them seem to be trapped in the so-called sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy illustrates our inclination to persist with an activity if we have already devoted time, effort, or money, regardless of whether the ongoing costs surpass the benefits. Simply put, the more we invest in something, the harder it becomes to let it go. And what is it that Michael continually demands? Your time. The 2016 mentorship bore the banner of charity. Initially, Michael had announced plans to channel the proceeds from monthly subscriptions towards supporting 4 financially disadvantaged families, much to the delight of his followers. In a shocking pivot, however, Michael reneged on his promise, audaciously stating that he was running a business and how he used the money was of no concern to anyone else. He clarified that the subscription fee was strictly in exchange for services rendered.
Unforgivable.
The unsettling reality is that to this day, no solid proof has been produced that confirms his wealth is a direct result of his trading activities, as opposed to other income streams, such as mentorships. Taking into account the approximate number of students Michael purportedly had, we can estimate the revenue he raked in from his mentorship programs. $150 per student, multiplied by 800 students, equals $120,000 per month. A year-long mentorship, therefore, amounted to $1,440,000. When this is extrapolated from 2016 to 2021, the total comes to a staggering $8,640,000.
Holy shnikes.
Using the funds he extracted from countless unsuspecting individuals, Michael managed to secure a new home in 2022 for $1,975,000. He made sure his purchase didn't go unnoticed, publicizing it through tweets and a YouTube video tour of the property. Michael also cleared the mortgage on his Bel Air property in 2020. As Michael emphasizes the significance of time in trading, can you observe the correlation between time and the acquisition of these properties? Some individuals are skilled manipulators, and Michael is among them. His tales do not correlate with the persona he portrays. In one breath, he admitted to regularly receiving money from other people, while in the next, he would contradict his own statements regarding his income. One moment, he claimed his earnings from live trading significantly outweighed the income from mentorships.
Okay, and yes, I made a lot of money taking other people's money from them on a month-to-month basis. I did that. Okay, I did it. But I make far more money trading and profiting from that.
And then he would reverse his claim, stating that teaching mentorship generated more revenue than live trading.
Now, in honesty, in closing, if you were to ask me, and I have been asked this, have I made more money teaching, okay, and have I made more money teaching in mentorship than I have in live trading? And the answer is yes. I've made millions, millions, and millions, and millions more teaching mentorship. So I did not need to do this mentorship. I've been a rich man for a long, long time. I am really, really rich now.
How much more duplicity can we expect from this man? Family often comes first, with ensuring their security and welfare being a top priority. Yet it seems this is not the case for Michael. Both Michael's eldest son and stepdaughter find themselves employed in low-wage jobs, not out of choice, but necessity to make ends meet. Cody resides in a rented trailer, relying on a motorcycle for his commute. If Michael's own flesh and blood are incapable of achieving financial sustainability through trading, it undoubtedly casts a dark and definitive shadow over the competence of the self-proclaimed mentor of mentors. Michael has even conceded that his offspring will have the option to market their own mentorship content, should they perceive it as a viable business prospect.
Caleb, he doesn't want to do it. And Cody's not interested in Forex. He's into crypto, but he's doing his thing. And my other two children are not interested, and my daughter just doesn't have any interest in it at all. But, you know, much like everyone else that wants to sell my stuff, my children see that there's an opportunity as a business for them to sell what I have given them permission to do, give them the rights to the company and the content. They will have rights to sell it.
One would naturally wonder why his children would not pursue trading, given that their father allegedly shared all his insights gleaned from Tobias and Parson with them, right? The mentors that first guided Michael on his journey were Ken Roberts and Larry Williams. Ken Roberts, a previous life insurance salesman, convinced aspiring investors that with a starting capital of merely $1,000, they could find success in trading. In 1983, he published a book through mail order named The World's Most Powerful Money Manual and Course. The book contains tips and strategies on futures trading, as well as advice on achieving life success. Roberts has allegedly boasted of having sold over 300,000 copies at $195 apiece, accumulating a grand total of nearly $60 million in sales. Larry Williams launched his trading career in 1966 as a stock trader. He reported an astonishing 11,376% return in the 1987 World Cup Trading Championships, known as the Robbins Cup. Williams, primarily focusing on stocks and commodity trading, has authored 11 books and dedicated his life to promoting them through live seminars around the globe.
Not because of any brilliance I have. I'm not a brilliant guy. I don't know what the markets are doing 98% of the time.
In May 2006, Williams visited Australia to hold one of his live seminars. However, he was arrested at Sydney Airport on charges of alleged tax evasion in the United States. The CFTC also scrutinized Williams when its Division of Enforcement sought to revoke his registration as a commodity trading advisor due to misleading promotion of his futures trading system and a book titled How I Made $1 Million Trading Commodities Last Year. Williams charged attendees $1,500 each for his seminars, promising gains of 100%. In his book, Winner Take All, author William Gallagher notes that Larry Williams was fined by the NFA for failing to inform potential clients that although his personal account in the 1987 Robbins Cup event was profitable, his managed accounts for clients lost over $6 million in funds. Intriguingly, in the same book, Gallagher examines a strategy from the famed trader Richard Dennis, who purportedly taught his trading system to 14 individuals. These protégés allegedly made $175 million over 5 years after learning the strategy, which later became recognized as the Turtles. Does this ring a bell? A notable omission from the About Larry Williams section on his website is his victory in the Robbins Cup, which raises questions about what he might be excluding from his professional profile. Ken Roberts, like Larry Williams, also underwent scrutiny by the CFTC in the late 1990s. The Commission issued civil investigative demands requiring Roberts to present documents and answer questions about his company's business practices. This was due to concerns about deceptive advertising or the sale of goods and services in violation of CFTC rules. It is notable that both men initially claimed massive profits and insights, then began to sell their books and mentoring services. Do you see the similarity in their approach to that of Michael? The Robbins Cup. What makes the Robbins Cup so special that Michael desires only to compete there?
The World Cup Trading Championships. You can open multiple accounts simultaneously to showcase different strategies. You can open multiple accounts.
Isn't that curious? This essentially allows you to have at least 2 accounts. Take a long position in one and a short position in the other, and wait to see which account performs better overall. Only the top performing account will appear on the leaderboard. Simple, right?
Nice.
Despite denying ever participating in the competition and failing to rank, substantial evidence suggests that Michael did indeed compete in the Robbins Cup, at least in 2017, 2018, and 2019. Not only did he participate, but his accounts failed dramatically each time. However, there's a discrepancy in Michael's claims. In one of his private lessons, he stated that he had previously won the Robbins Cup. Upon being questioned by Vinny Amini, it was confirmed that Michael deposited $5,000 and ended up losing 90%, withdrawing the remaining $500.
Tell me what year did he win the Robbins Cup? Because he won't tell everybody, but he says he did. So.
Okay, I've got a Michael Huddleston from Maryland.
That's him. Okay, so he won? He really did win?
No.
Oh.
Here, wait for it.
$5,000 account, and I don't even know if this was in Forex, and he lost money.
But he didn't win?
No, how can you win if you lose money?
Okay. Well,
Mr. Huddleston.
Yeah.
Entered with $5,000, lost 89%, 89.99%.
Okay.
Took home $500.
Okay.
Whenever another trader dares to question him or labels him a fraud, Michael invariably redirects the conversation to the Robbins Cup. The rationale is straightforward. If you understand the loopholes, you can exploit the system. Tom Dante, another trader who attempted to unveil Michael's deceit, ascended the ranks of the Robbins Cup leaderboard to coax Michael into a public response. In a private exchange, Michael keeps up his psychological manipulations, asserting that he will only participate if Tom secures the competition's top spot. How does that make sense? What is the rationale behind only competing in a tournament where trader performance is shrouded and only the percentages matter? What sense does it make to compete in a tournament with sky-high margins when more competitive brokers are available? The answer is, there isn't any. It's merely another deception, preserving his illusion of invincibility. As William Shakespeare famously wrote, you can't lose a game if you don't play the game. Michael has always held the Robbins Cup competition in high regard. When other traders such as Sam KB and Vinny Emini challenge him and provide proof of their deposits,
well guys, if you can't see ICT's games by now, you need to open your eyes. Yesterday on Twitter, I called him out. I challenged him to a trading competition here in our office. I offered to pay for all of his flights and to document the full thing. And he turned me down. He ran scared and he said, no, let's compete online in the Robbins Cup, in the World Cup of Trading. He said, I'm ready to go, let's do it. So I said, I woke up this morning and I entered myself into the Robbins Cup for 2022. And I said, okay ICT, I accept your challenge. Let's do it, let's go now. The ball's in your court, your move. And what did ICT do? He said, actually, no, I don't want to compete this year. I want to compete in 2023. And also, you need to make the first move. How slippery is this guy going to be? When will he just step up to the challenge? I've called him out 3 times and he keeps on shifting the goalposts. Absolutely shocking.
Be an eagle, you're sold with eagles. Stop hanging around with these fucking chicken heads like ICT. If you're hanging around with ICT and his little pluck boys, you got a problem. You got a real problem. When the man is out there, can't do a trading competition, he's claiming, by the way, that he's going to put up $3 million into an escrow. Listen to what I just said.
Damn, that's wild.
He said $3 million into an escrow to go against me in January. How do you think that's going to work out for him?
Hey, y'all gonna do it?
I am. I already escrowed. I said I'm in. $3 million. Go check it out on his community tab. You ought to cause I'd like you to try to maybe follow this thing. And I'm donating it all to charity, by the way.
he always remains silent, even when his charter members are intrigued by the competition's outcome. Alternatively, he conjures up an excuse to avoid participating, like the one where he vows not to compete in the Robbins Cup until his mentor, Larry Williams, has passed away. Another reason Michael frequently references the Robbins Cup but consistently bows out might be that Vinny Emini and Joel Robbins himself have agreed to scrutinize any account connected to Michael J Huddleston to deter potential fraud.
We have access to the back end of Robbins now. I've talked with Joel. We're not going to allow ICT to cheat. He's agreed. We will know if he or family members or friends are running accounts. We will know if he runs under an LLC.
Although he claimed he wouldn't resort to it, Michael has recently been alluding to a different kind of competition to boost his image and potentially profit through affiliations: prop trading firms. While he insists he doesn't require additional publicity or money, the reality is that Michael has recently begun referencing various prop firms. This mutual interaction is advantageous to both parties and could pave the way for potential financial agreements. He was aware that this would stir interest, and inevitably, other contenders would emerge. The strategy was deployed earlier when he pretended his son was trading alongside him.
Don't look away, son. You don't need to move the stop. Just let it go. Don't worry, it'll go. Just relax. You don't need to do anything. The limit order will do everything for you. Okay, keep watching it. It'll go. Just relax. No, you don't need to don't take anything off. Just let it go. It'll be a full pull.
Did you buy that? Being a skilled marketer, he began integrating product placement subtly and indirectly, endorsing a prop firm. Observe how frequently he brings up one of these prop firms.
My son failed several of them trying to do something he was not equipped to do, which everybody knew that. I mean, they asked, what is going on with your son? I'll tell you, he failed 7 times. 7 times he failed because he doesn't know how to trade yet. He thought he could do something on his own. I'd let him do it. And 7 times he failed. And Top Step would confirm that without saying anything more, which would be viewed as being disrespectful. just be thankful that my students are choosing your company. And I used the specifications that, like Top Step, or that's the only company. I apologize for other companies out there, because it sounds like I'm not advertising for you. I'm not advertising for Top Step, okay? But I know, because my son tried this.
In the same clip, he even goes as far as attributing any accounts with poor results to his son's trades, not his own.
I have an account that I force my son to do executions on. When things aren't looking kosher, when they don't look like they're really making sense, that's my son being told, execute when you think there's something to go on.
How convenient. Michael is continually striving to expand his digital footprint. He is well aware that a larger follower base translates into more profits within this sector. In a bid to amplify his appeal, Michael sought the services of click-farm companies to purchase followers and likes for his YouTube and Twitter profiles. Click-farms are organizations employing hordes of fictitious social media accounts to falsely boost a user's profile follower count and likes. Revelation of deceit. In a tutorial that has been part of his mentorship program since 2016, Michael unapologetically guides his viewers on how to set up a Forex signals service, thus affirming the accusations of those who deemed him a fraud. Why would one need to sell signals to profit if they have been taught to trade by the alleged mentor of mentors?
I took a demo account. You've all watched me do everything in this setting on a demo account, and I made over $1 million profits. Now, it's been taxed. I don't have all that money. It's been taxed a great deal. But nonetheless, it was done all around a demo account.
Is taxing a demo account even plausible? None of this makes sense. The scenario shifted in 2017 when his students began to comprehend that his mentoring wasn't leading to profitability. Consequently, there was a surge of signal groups and purported charter members who capitalized on Michael's extensive content to market a condensed course covering the entire smart money concept. Numerous individuals invest their hard-earned money in trading signal channels, hoping to strike it rich without understanding the origin of these signals. In return for a monthly fee or a commission for opening an account with a specific broker, they dream of making a fortune. In this video, a detailed explanation entices many of Michael's students and followers to view this as an excellent opportunity to make money without risking their capital.
You could literally carve out a niche and never trade live money ever, knowing what you know right now. Never have any risk. That's the position you have been placed in right now. You have the ability to start a signal service or start an analysis service where you think the market's going to go up or down based on these levels, period. No descriptive terms whatsoever.
This is indeed the true secret of the smart money concept. This is a strategy adopted by some of Michael's interviewees who claim to earn money from trading. They run chat rooms, offering trading setups, marketing SMC flash courses, and endorsing various prop firms with the aim to draw in individuals less familiar with the trading industry. Their tactic frequently involves flaunting their success in achieving seemingly difficult feats to gain increased credibility. This explains why many YouTubers present a lavish lifestyle on social media, parading rented or leased luxury vehicles and jewelry to entice potential clients to their services.
So in this video, I'm going to take you guys on a ride with me to go pick up my new car, one of my dream cars, which is an Aventador SV.
We're here at Lamborghini, man, as you can see. We got the Tesla matte purple, so might as well launch just a bit, see which one's faster. But I'm actually gonna go in the bank real quick, get this $115,000.
Welcome back to the video. I just wrapped up my morning trading session at the office, and today I'm actually going to be going Lamborghini shopping. I'm going to be test driving a Lamborghini Huracan.
So all of us as men, right, we all have dreams of getting our first supercar, our first big whip purchase, and that day for me finally happens to be.
Just to tell you more about direct Forex signals, what we do. This is our office, this is where we make the magic happen. And yeah, sending signals directly to you guys is £25 a month, and guarantee that you'll make profits of a £25 investment into your own.
This is their business strategy. However, one common thread unites all their deceptive narratives: the conversion of a dream into reality.
I have 2 more accounts. All field. Currently doing full-time doorman. Not full-time, all 36 hours. Full-time college, so 1 year. We're gonna see how it goes.
I've got Paladin here.
Paladin in the house. Doctor, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, ICT? In 2022, I was able to finally become a six-figure day trader after 4 years of trading.
Unscrupulous threats. After unveiling all the deceptive activities, Vinny Imini, in a professional and courteous attempt, reached out to Michael, intending to discuss the fraud allegations. His efforts to connect, however, echoed into the void, as he was met with a disconcerting silence from the other end. Undeterred, Vinny left a voicemail, an attempt to bridge the communication gap captured on video.
Hi, we are reaching out to Michael J Huddleston for comment on a recent video release with information regarding the alleged scamming fraudster, and we'd like to call him for a just requesting comments or corrections, any kind of stuff. We'd like a statement. We'd like to receive a statement and allow Michael to give us his side of some things that have been spoken out there, and you can reach us back at this number, and we will maybe we'll talk soon. Hope to hear from you. Have a good one.
Rather than exercising his right to refute the allegations, Michael opted for a deflection strategy. He spun a tale accusing Vinny of juvenile harassment, all the while refusing to address the allegations head on.
Just so you know, dickhead, the phone number you're calling, it goes to a minor. A phone that we pay for. This shit brings you to court.
In a shocking turn of events, Michael took to revealing Vinny's private contact details to his vast legion of followers, a move known as doxing. This unleashed a torrent of unwanted harassment against Vinny, day in and day out, from the zealous followers of Michael.
Calls that are coming in, ICT is now got all of his minions attacking my phone. So here are all of the numbers that have been calling for the last 10 minutes. Been 12. Oh, here's 13. Oh, God bless. Pack. Oh, God bless. Okay, we got another one.
The turmoil didn't end there. Michael enlisted the assistance of Shane Fields, a former pupil, urging him to intensify the threats against Vinny. Deception took a new turn when Vinny, under the belief that he was entering in a genuine trading contest, found himself in a whirlwind of unimaginable events. In an appalling twist, an anonymous individual crossed the line, threatening the safety of Vinny's pregnant wife and children.
I thought you were going to do a competition with me, so why has it turned from...
Yeah, no, I'm going to do a competition of who can bleed the most. That's the competition.
Okay, I thought you were coming here for a trading competition.
Who can bleed the most? That's the competition. You or your daughter. Sit down and drink some water, because you're going to be dehydrated after me beating the fuck out of you, boy. Shut the fuck up while I talk to you, bitch. Shut the fuck up before I take your fucking daughter and I wring her fucking neck out like a fucking wash rag. Don't fucking talk to me like that, boy.
Wow.
Do you not understand who the fuck I am?
I don't. No, nobody knows who you are, dude. You're a fucking nobody. You're calling me for no reason. You don't need to.
Guess what, though? I'm going to wring your fucking daughter's neck. And I want you to sit there and watch it. I want you to sit there and fucking watch it, too. I'm going to wring your fucking neck, bro. I'm going to wring your neck. I promise you that. And I want you to have the police there when I do.
Bro,
I want you to have all detectives, all PIs, whatever the fuck you got, since you're so quote-unquote friends with the chief of police down there.
Bro.
Well, guess what, my brother?
Do you want to talk to Captain
That ain't going to
Price?
stop
Is
me
that what you
from
want?
beating the fuck out of you. And I might put a bullet down your neck, man.
Oh, my God. Why, dude? Why? What's
Why?
your deal? Were you ever going to actually do a trading competition, or was this a really smooth plan?
You're
to
still
get me on
stuck
the
on a
phone?
trading competition. I'm stuck on actually fucking putting my hands around your daughter's neck, bro. Like, come on now. You're stuck on that. I'm literally on some serious shit. I'm going to fucking wring their necks out, and I'm going to wring your neck out.
Why?
I just want you to know that I'm coming for you.
Bro.
I'm going to blow your fucking ear off. Matter of fact, I'm going to cut that shit off like Peter did, right?
Celebration.
I'm going to piss in your wife's mouth. I'm going to piss in your daughter's mouth.
Ew,
I'm
that's
going to piss
gross,
on your
bro.
son's fucking head.
Oh, that's gross.
I'm going to piss on you. I'm going to piss on your child. I'm going to piss on goddamn your two other children, goddamn. If your wife ever get pregnant by me, shit, I'm going to piss on her again.
Wow,
anyways,
dude.
though. Hey, man, it's crazy, though. You going to have a black goddamn child in the family, man.
If there had been any lingering doubts about the fragility of Michael's house of cards, the disturbing threats dispelled them all. The veil of deceit was gradually lifting. The burning question loomed. Was Michael the person he desperately portrayed himself to be, or was the price of his business teetering on the brink of collapse? In a chilling moment of revelation, it became apparent that for Michael, the worth of his business outweighed the value of a human life. But how did the connection between Michael and Shane Fields come to light? After Michael defended himself on a Thai live stream, a confidant of Vinny recognized a voice that had threatened him and his family before Michael's appearance.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is that's easy money. Get in that Robbins championship with him or whatever. I didn't think, look, I didn't think you even tag me in some shit saying that those are, fake posts, fake tweets and all that. Just take the man up on his offer, that's all I'm saying.
You know what I mean? That's a habitual fucking liar.
Calm down, bro. You in defense mode like crazy.
You said I'm in defense mode? Oh, bro calling right now. Hold on. Yo, what's the deal? Finally, the man with the plan.
About fucking time.
About fucking time.
So, what's good?
What's good, bro? Let's run it.
Ass right now. Where the fuck are you at? You are a pussy ass.
I'm at home.
Fraud, motherfucker. You are a fraud. Where are you at?
At home.
When Vinny reached out to Ty, he confirmed that the threatening calls traced back to the same number.
So then Vinny sees the video, calls me through the little what's this little Instagram shit, the little Instagram video shit, and was like, yo, bro, I need you to go check out that video you did a few months back and look at this timestamp. So we go back, we look at him like, okay, what's up, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the deal? So bro, like, hey, check it. So at this specific time, there was a number that called that ended with a boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay. He's like, could you check your phone for me, please? And he asked, please, I'm gonna check it. He's like, could you check your phone for me, please, and just scroll and see, see what that number is with the matching shit. So I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Fuck this nigga, Michael. Boom, scroll. I'm like, let me see. Boom, I get to the bottom. I'm like, damn. It's crazy, Vinny. You had just called me because if a few more calls came in, then that number at the bottom would have deleted. Because you know how shit the call logs work. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, like that's crazy. So bro, like, hey man, does what's the end of the number? So then he connect the dots. He like, hey, that's so and so boy. Bro, try to put his little hound on you too.
The dots were beginning to connect, linking Michael to the threatening voice. Several months later, in a desperate attempt to dissociate from the situation, Michael feigned concern for Vinny and his family, who had been living under the shadow of threats and police protection. Oddly enough, on the very day he implied that Vinny had invited the threats upon himself, Michael extended an olive branch on Vinny's live stream, denying any involvement in the threats. The plot thickened when Vinny introduced the name Shane Fields into the conversation, tying him to the number that had called Ty. Michael admitted to knowing a student by that name, claiming that he had reprimanded him for his ego. Interestingly, among the thousands of students that Michael had mentored over 6 years, he remembered Shane Fields. Michael also stated that he hadn't condemned the threats, suspecting someone from his circle might act impulsively, admitting his sociopathic tendencies. Following the live stream, Vinny pressed Michael for the emails exchanged with Shane Fields. The conversation took a sharp turn, with Michael dodging the request with excuses that the emails were deleted.
And all of a sudden, he tells me he's got emails back and forth. So let's get to that part, because that's pretty important. Like, oh, he's got some emails, which is what I asked. I have already said it. All ICT has to do is forward me those damn emails. When I asked him in person, on telephone, when we're like, hey, things are squared, I've got him on my text messages going, hey, man, like, let's square things up. Get me the information from Shane Fields. He's like, email me at this other email address. And then I'm like, why are you telling me all of a sudden to deal you at another different email address? No, folks, why would somebody do that? Then all of a sudden later on in text, after I'm pushing him for it a second time, like weeks later, I'm like, bro, hey, seriously, I really need that stuff. He's like, well, I'll be honest. When that went down, there were curse words in it, and he did not like me, like from the beginning. I told you, he did not like me, and he was cursing at me, so I had my staff delete it.
The only plausible connection that could be drawn was that the email interactions between Michael and Shane Fields were potentially damaging for both, establishing their intent to intimidate Vinny into silence about Michael's fraudulent activities. And that's how Michael Huddleston and Shane Fields found themselves carrying a target on their backs.
I am gonna fucking find you. Listen to me.
Hey!
I'm gonna
cool.
find you, and your ass is going to jail. Do you have any other questions?
Turning off the machine.
I'm pouring myself out this year in 2023, and my intentions are to be done this year. Even when I think I'm close to ending it, and I'm satisfied for what I brought to the community, a new wave of people come and they show their excitement for wanting to learn, and that's infectious to me. Like I want to cater to that. So it's like I don't see me stopping until I'm dead. Okay, but
setting contradictions aside, all of ICT's principles originate from different authors, and it's unacceptable to rebrand others' work as your own simply by relabeling them. In doing so, Michael strives to rewrite the narrative of trading history. This might elude novice traders, but those with experience are well aware. A strong bond of trust has been cultivated among his followers due to his uncanny talent for deception. This trust can prove challenging to shatter, even when confronted with proof of deceit. You are being beguiled by the law of the word free. Free does not necessarily equate to honesty. The trading industry necessitates proof of transactions due to the prevalence of fraudsters eager to exploit the uninformed. However, when individuals become aware of these deceptive practices, yet elect to persist, it's an entirely different concern. Considering everything Michael has executed and continues to execute, his followers implicitly condone the actions of a man whose intent is to perpetuate a divine persona, while his true identity is no more than a criminal. Michael has painstakingly constructed a deceptive facade over decades, preying on young and impoverished individuals susceptible to blind belief.
Hello ICT, I am a student, Rizwan Ali from India.
And I'm from Nigeria.
I'm Pankaj from India.
Hi Michael, my name is Shinda Samani, all the way from South Africa.
Michael blurs the lines between fact and fiction with a singular ambition: to amass wealth, even if it involves hiring a hitman to harm an innocent child. He embodies the essence of a criminal mastermind, strategically plotting his next steps years in advance, priming his audience for a spectacle of illusions. His tricks, executed with such finesse and flair, often leave his audience spellbound. He seemingly possesses a degree of talent and experience that beggars belief. Even when it is revealed that what they've witnessed is merely a trick, they dismiss the notion. He possesses the unique ability to delude his audience so convincingly that they are persuaded they have experienced genuine magic. His digital footprint merely reflects his effort to sustain his business day after day. And when his long-standing fraud is challenged, he employs every means possible to flip the situation to his advantage, reminiscent of Sun Tzu's teachings. Attack is the secret of defense. Unlike a basketball player whose performance is open to public scrutiny, it's exceedingly difficult to discern the good from the bad when dealing with an individual hidden behind a keyboard. It's imperative to approach any trading advice armed with a robust dose of skepticism and critical thinking. In spite of Michael's assertions, he still has everything to substantiate, since he has yet to disprove any of the multitude of allegations levied against him with irrefutable evidence. And, after all this evidence, if you still believe in ICT, either you're a complete stooge, or you're in the process of learning to become the next scammer. It's time we turned off the machine.
Now, in honesty, in closing, if you were to ask me, and I have been asked this, have I made more money teaching in mentorship than I have in live trading? And the answer is yes. I've made millions and millions and millions more teaching mentorship, teaching mentorship, teaching mentorship, teaching mentorship, teaching mentorship. So I did not need to do this mentorship. I've been a rich man for a long, long time. I am really, really rich now. Have I made more money teaching in mentorship than I have in live trading? And the answer is yes. Have I made more money teaching in mentorship than I have in live trading? And the answer is yes. Have I made more money teaching in mentorship than I have in live trading? And the answer is yes. I've made millions, millions, and millions, and millions more teaching mentorship. Teaching mentorship. Teaching